Hello, it's me, Gintarė from Trendos. In this video, I'm going to explain the term GEO, Generative Engine Optimization. And by the end, you understand not what it is, but how AI actually decides who to mention and what you can do to get in. So let's start simple. What is GEO? It's the practice of getting your brand mentioned and recommended inside AI answers. The ones you get from ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, Google AI Overviews and Claude. To do GEO well, you need to know where AI actually gets its information. This is the most important idea in this whole video, so stay with me. AI has two sources, and they work very differently. The first is training data. This is the huge pile of text the model learned from originally. Books, websites, articles, transcripts, basically a snapshot of the internet. The catch is that training data is a snapshot. It's frozen at a point in time, so if you launched last month, the model may not know you exist yet. At least not from the training. That's where the second source comes in, real-time retrieval. When the question needs fresh or specific information, the engine goes out and searches the web, pulls back a set of pages, reads them, and writes an answer based on what it found. Same idea as a search engine, just feeding on AI instead of results page. So now, why does this matter for you? It means there are two ways to get into AI answers. One, be mentioned so constantly across the web that you're part of what the model already knows. Two, make sure your content is strong enough to get pulled in when the AI search is live. And here's the good news. That second one is mostly SEO. Ranking well, earning mentions, publishing genuinely useful content, those skills carry straight over. Now here's where it gets interesting, and where AI search really breaks from Google. When you type one question, the AI doesn't search for that one thing. It fans your questions out into a whole set of smaller questions and runs them at once. Then it pulls from all of those and merges everything into one answer. What it means for you is huge. You can't win by optimizing one page for one keyword anymore. You have to be genuinely useful across a whole topic. So how does AI decide what to actually mention? And this is the part people get wrong in normal search. If you're position 3 today, you're roughly position 3 tomorrow. AI is not like that. It's probabilistic. Ask the same question 5 times and you might get named 3 of those times. And your competitor twice. There's no fixed law to own. That's exactly why we talk about AI visibility instead of AI rankings. Think of it as a probability, not a leaderboard position. But there are clear patterns in what gets mentioned more often, and you can work with them. Consensus matters. If lots of sources say the same thing about you, the AI is more likely to repeat it. Freshness matters. AI learns toward recent information, especially on topics that change. And authority still matters. Pages and brands that are already trusted in normal search have a real head start. Notice something? There are the same fundamentals good marketers already care about. GEO doesn't replace that work. It sits on top of it. Okay, now you understand how the machine works. So here's the real question. How do you actually get your brand into these answers? There are two ways, a short-term one and a long-term one. And you want to do both. Short-term first, because it's the fastest win and almost nobody does it. Think about who's getting named instead of you. Most of the time, it's your competitors showing up more and more on the third-party sources the AI trusts. Reviews, comparisons, roundups, forums, YouTube. The AI reads those and repeats what it finds. So the short-term move is to get mentioned on those same sources first. The catch is finding them, because you can't guess which ones matter most. That's what we built Citations by domain for. Let me show you real data. This is your own Trendos view for the running shoes question across all engines. Look at the top cited domains. Number 1 is runnersworld.com, cited over 1,200 times. That's 15% of every citation in this category. Then Run Repeat, then YouTube, Reddit. That last right there is where the AI gets its information for this question. So if you are a shoe brand and you want in, this is your target list. getting reviewed on Runner's World and Run Repeat is worth more here than almost anything you publish on your own site. Because these are the sources the AI already trusts, and these sources actually move. Watch YouTube in June, it was one of the busier sources for this category. Into July, it's wearing off, while Runner's World pulls ahead and Run Repeat climbs behind it. So the places the AI leans on shift month to month. That means this isn't a one-time audit. You keep watching where the trust sits and you move where it moves. Right now, for this category, I'd spend less energy chasing YouTube and more getting into the review sites that are climbing up. Here's the way I think about the short term. You are not building trust from nothing. You are borrowing it. The AI already trusts these sources. Your job is just to be present where that trust already lives. Now let's move to long-term one. And I'll be honest with you, there's no trick here. Long-term, you work on your own content, your website, your socials, your brand, overall. You build something people genuinely talk about consistently over time. So short-term, get mentioned where the AI already looks. Long-term, build a brand it can't ignore. You need to do both. And here's the honest catch that ties it all together. You can do everything I just described and still be flying blind because you can't see inside the models and you can't really check every engine every day. That's the whole reason we built Trendos. It sends real buyer prompts to the live engines, collects the actual answers, analyzes them and shows you where you show up, where you don't, and which sources are driving it. See how AI sees you. You can check your own brand free in under a minute, and it's linked below. In the next video, we clear up the biggest source of confusion in this whole space: SEO versus AEO versus GEO. 3 acronyms, everyone mixes them up. And I'll show you exactly which one your brand actually needs. See you there. Bye.